Are you ready?
I think I'm ready.
Wiley?
Mike?
Back with you for RC Madness.
And we are finally back
Together
together again. It's amazing.
It's been what? A month? 2 months?
2, I think. At least 2 months.
We had a bashing session, what, last week? Week before that?
Yeah, pretty short-lived.
Well, yeah.
Broke everything. It happens.
We're gonna have to give you a nickname. You're gonna have to be like the Destructor or something, man. You know, something, because every time you come up or every time we're together, our trucks pick on each other, and most of the time you lose. I hate to say it, but it seems to be you lose.
Well,
but we're not gonna go into depth of that because you brought some awesome toys. You did some money spending.
I did.
Why don't you tell us what you bought?
Well, we got to talking about Nitro RCs here a couple weeks ago.
Yes.
So that sparked an interest, and I had fallen out of Nitro years ago just because I got so sick and tired of the first gen Rustler that ran like a champ and then didn't. So, long story short, I got rid of it.
You got out of it for whatever reason. Why did you get out of it?
I got out of it because it annoyed me.
Tuning issues, right?
It just quit running one day and I could never get it to start.
Is that, did the tuning or that, is that what?
No, the tuning actually was easy on it. I remember that. But I mean, this has been, God, it's been over 20 years ago. No, take it back. About 15, we'll say. Probably 15 to 18 years ago that I bought the first gen Rustler Nitro. Dream rig. Wanted something fierce. Finally bought it. Of course, back then, to get a ready-to-run rig, I paid almost $1,000 out the door for that thing. So today, the price on them was like, but yeah. But no, it ran great. I had it all broken in, did everything you were supposed to do, and it was pulling wheelies, doing this and that, but I was running in sand. So I thought, hey, I'm going to go get some paddle tires for this thing. Ran into town and back. It literally took me an hour there and back. Popped these paddle tires on, and that thing never ran again. And I fought with it, and finally, after however many years of just staring at it, going, nope, I'm done with this thing,
I ended up with it.
Traded it to my own.
And I had it for a short amount of time. I got it running. It ended up being a carb boot, and I got out of the hobby again and got rid of it. But today, you brought something freaking awesome.
I did. So,
what'd you bring us?
Did a little eBaying.
eBay!
And I got a pretty good deal on this one. I'm not going to disclose the price just because I don't want to.
Let's just say it's less than what I paid for my new rig.
And it's a lot less than half price, I'd say.
Maybe roughly. No, it is under half price of a brand new one.
Yeah, it was pretty cheap.
But with that being said, he didn't get a radio. He did not get a couple other options. Why don't you tell us what it is first, and we'll go from there.
So anyway, well, we've
you've
all seen our slashes and everything. So what we got was the Slayer Pro. I believe this is a first gen. We actually just had it running.
We're going to cut to the run video here in a second. Like say, insert video here. I hope I got that. Come right up to me and turn that way. Play with the trigger. And the smile. Oh! Go ahead.
So it turns out to be a pretty good rig, and I'm very happy with the price paid. Couldn't go wrong with this eBay rig. Everything is still what appears to be 100% bone stock. Nothing was broken, other than it obviously didn't come with a... This is what it came with, just what you see.
So it came with the one. It came with pretty much just a truck.
It did have a 27 megahertz receiver in it, but I plugged it in. No lights came on. I had another receiver, transmitter.
So we went to the hobby shop today. You got some stuff for it.
We did. Got a bunch of stuff for it.
What did you pick up? Like body, which
grab the body.
Why don't you just grab the stuff and remember? Don't throw it up out there.
Yes. Went to Hobby Town.
Rockford.
So
You guys rock.
Grab the body. The only one they had. It's for Gen 2, not the Gen 1. So I got to do some other shopping. Neither here nor there. Got a little tool to get so I can actually do something with it.
I'm going to go further in on this tool. The reason why he got this tool, well, one, I told him to get it. The end of this has an 8mm end, which is the size of the glow plug. And it has two little tongs that will on there that will actually hang on to the glow plug. That way you're not trying to put it down in the head and then tighten it up. This one you can actually put it on there and thread it in. You don't have to worry about it falling out and messing up your threads in your head. That's why he prompted for that.
Yes. And because, well, I just didn't have a tool. So
I have one, he's not getting it. Sorry, sucker.
Oh well. Got some stuff from my rustler that I broke last time. Just the kingpins for the steering. So maybe I won't break it next time.
He's going to break it next time, I don't care.
The pillow ball boots, because these are torn on this one, which, yeah, they're cheap. No big deal. Another spur gear just in case.
You know what's going to happen is, since I gave you most of my stuff for those rigs, I'm going to buy one and then I'm going to go, crap, I'm going to have to go rebuy all this stuff, but whatever.
And a new slipper clutch, just in case I burn this one out. This one's actually the aluminum.
It's old hardware in there, so it's always nice to have some new
You never
stuff.
know. Yeah, battery for the starter. New glow plug.
Did you go with the medium?
It is a stock one over here.
The Traxxas has 3 different plugs. There's a
It does
high,
say
low,
medium
medium.
on
This
the
one
back.
says X.
Yeah, it should be.
This is the Super Duty, yeah, the long medium. This is going to be the one that lasts, like when it initiates its light sequence, or whatever you want to call it. It's not a very hot burn, and it's not a low burn. The low one's going to last for a longer time, but it's not going to give you the punch when you're trying to start it on a cold motor, to where with this one, it gives it just a little bit more heat on the initial startup, so it'll actually pop off faster. Now, I will actually show you a trick before you leave today on how to start this thing if you're at home.
Alrighty, because I've been out of it for so long, I need to know these tricks. They can be a pain in the butt sometimes, especially if you're new at it and you don't really know all the tricks. So anyway, end up getting a Futaba servo for the throttle, because this one was kind of making some really funky squeaks. It seemed to be working fine, but we were there.
It was cheap.
It was the whole. This one was. It was $12, so it was worth it. It was worth throwing at it. And then I got another battery for something else that we'll get into later. So yeah, so not too bad. You know, I've got even with all the parts that I bought just for this, I've still got less than half price of a new one of these.
The Slayer Pro brand new goes for, if you can find it on eBay, which there's a bunch of them on eBay right now, depending on what supplier you go through, is right around $400. It's brand new, in the box, ready to rock and roll, minus fuel. And of course, the batteries that you need on the system, because even though this is a nitro truck, it still needs batteries to run the electronics. So, we've got it running.
It does. It ran.
Okay.
It ran pretty good, which you'll see the video.
Now, are you going to do any mods to it?
Not yet. In fact, I might not do any mods at all.
I think you should change out the tires just to give it a little.
Like,
the old ones are cool,
yeah.
But I like rims. Give it some bling.
So I might do that. And Miley did mention earlier that he had an old Revo 3.3, which is apparently this is the exact frame or the exact chassis. Which I didn't know this. I didn't do a whole lot of research on this. I just saw one and went, "That's cool. I want one," and I bought it. It happens frequently
between us. Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, I like this. The other person generally buys it.
Yeah. Or
darn you!
Of course, we both apparently had the exact same idea at the same time.
You don't see the Slayer, like in my area or in our area. You don't see. Well, one, you don't see a whole lot of nitro. Two, you don't see this one. You know, you see the buggies, you see the Rustler. Every once in a while, you'll see a Stampede or the Revo. You don't see the Slayer.
No.
And well, I drive a lot of odd vehicles. I mean, I got a Tiburon, and after I got my Tiburon, now I see a bunch of them. Or my V8 swapped S10. You see, and even you have that badass Grand Charger. You don't see them. So I like to have a lot of vehicles.
And now we got the train we got to deal with. So
and he's going slow.
It's fairly quiet as long as they can. So he puts blasting his horn here. You got it, buddy.
That's the driver.
Too loud this time. So, but going back into the possible mods, Riley was telling me about the long travel up.
When you buy the Revo 33 stock, or even I believe the thing with the 2.5, they have the arms on there. They call them Revo-ish arms, which they came on Revo. But they actually give it a little bit longer to travel up and down. And they came with the thicker springs, which I believe in my stash I still have. So cross some fingers and we'll throw them on the list. And we already have the eyelets for the tire irons for that on the parts wall. Because those are the ones I bought the last time for the Outcast.
This is true. Yeah, about the Outcast.
Right after I fixed it.
Same day. So yeah, those are some possible mods that might be into it. Just quite honestly, I'd love to be able to see a stadium truck actually perform like the full-size stadium truck. They launch 20, 30 feet in the air and just come down and land nice and soft. I think this is the way to do it. Because the Slash, you're not going to do that with the Slash. You might be able to get the right stuff.
I don't know, it depends on how much money. I've thrown a lot of shit on. Mine's an actual kilo.
They still bottom out really easy. They don't have the suspension travel like what they're modeled after. But so I might do that with this one because well they make the stuff for it. So, but for now, I think I'm alright with it.
I think awesome, thumbs up. I'm happy you got it. I'm jealous. So my next paycheck, I may have to splurge and buy one. Yeah, that's probably gonna happen. I'm gonna kick myself in the butt and not pay all my bills and just have to go buy it. My roommate's probably gonna give me money. Okay. Goodbye, thumbs up. I'm jealous. Let's move on to the next cool rig.
Alright, so for this, we just set it away. I forgot. Alright, so this is, I don't know if you can actually see it in the frame or not. I don't think so, but we have a knife. You know what that usually means.
Knife or the sword? We can get the sword now.
We could
kind of a small box.
Yeah, I don't need the sword on this one, I don't think. But
You are
anyway,
known for the sword, though.
I was, but that was the big box. This is kind of a sword.
You notice the big box has disappeared from the garage. It is finally gone after a year.
But here's the newest one. Also purchased at Hobbytown in Rockford.
Well, the low price today, as of today's date, because I will upload this tonight, of $249.
99. And this is the Low C Mini 8 DB, or Desert Buggy. Because I like the Desert Buggy. It looks cool. Now, the little Mini 8s, I just don't like that body style, but it's the exact same platform. So, for those of you that don't, yeah, it's the same one. In case you guys don't know, which probably most of you guys watching this do,
It is brushless.
it is. It's brushless. I haven't actually seen one
It
of
is
these,
3S LiPo compatible.
which by recommendation, do not run it off 3S from what I heard.
It does say 2S right here, but it has 3 right here as well.
Yeah.
It says out of the box it'll do 30 miles an hour. 30 plus.
So we will find out here shortly. But
I don't know if this one's be made for the terrain that I have here. I guess we'll find out.
We'll find out.
Hopefully the
I
speed will.
saw him running on some pretty cool or pretty intense terrain.
Actually, you know what? You could take the slash or your Slayer off of that, and we can use that stand because that's got a flat bottom to it.
This is true.
These stands, go to Menards, buy this PVC. You can pick up a 4-foot piece or a 3-foot piece of this PVC for like $2. These elbows and these T-sections, you can pick those up for like, I don't know, $2 or $3 for a bag of like 10 or 12. And then you just kind of eyeball it and put it together. For the longest time, I've got another one over here that I didn't glue together or put screws in. But this stand here, I've got like 2 screws in it and I PVC together. This will hold my 5th scale truck no problem. A little teetering, you know, depending on how hard I'm working on it, but it will hold that truck no problem. Best one overall stand that I've made to date.
And these Low Cs weigh roughly 40 pounds, so it holds pretty good.
Yeah. Sorry, I had to point that I'm very proud of those. And Nitro Steve is the one who gave me the idea for that. He will probably never be on an episode or a thing of this, but he needs to get to do it.
So, alright. But anyway, you got your typical stuff. You got your little cross wrench, your little wrench, little Allen wrench in there.
Is there a speed gear in there?
There is not.
Oh my god, Low CD comes
So,
on the side of the
there's
box.
nothing in this one. But this thing does come 100% ready to run.
Wow, that wrench is, whoa.
Yeah,
That's definitely different.
Yeah,
I'll show you the wrench here in a minute.
So it comes with the
Wow,
with the 4 batteries right off the bat for the.
I bet
controller.
that's the radio.
Yes.
That can't be the radio, can it? Can it be the
I
radio?
don't know. I don't see how it could be. Well, they get it in there. Oh, we got some. There's the charger for the battery.
Wall charger for the battery that comes with the truck. It comes with what, nickel metal?
Yeah, it comes with a nickel battery.
That this thing is not going to see.
It might just for.
Wall charger, 3-4
might get
hours.
used once, just till I change over my plugs for my that other battery that I bought.
You
No,
haven't do
no.
that yet.
You got your binding plug, which I got several of.
I rarely ever have to buy new radios.
I've never had to yet.
Oh my god, that's the new Spectrum radio. I'm sorry they dropped the ball. I'm a Spectrum guy. I love Spectrum.
This one
That thing is so ugly.
It looks very similar to the others.
The DXD, which we have over here on the counter.
Yes.
I'm sorry, but compared to this is an ugly radio. That one looks like crap. I don't know what it is, I don't like it. But, that's me.
It is a little easier to get to, I guess.
Yeah, I only got 2 settings and that one has, well, I have 3 settings, that one has, what, 6?
I don't know.
Now, compare it to my DX4.
Throttle rate, throttle trim, steering trim. And you can reverse servos. I don't know, it's not bad.
Compared to this thing, I'm sorry.
Well, yeah.
This is worth its weight in gold.
This is probably a $30 radio. That's
Yeah,
we know
this is
those
$100.
so. But hey, it's not bad. It looks
Ready to
alright.
run, ready to run. At least it is Spectrum. I'll give them that. But Losi has a thing for Spectrum, so
They do. They probably, I'm sure there's reasons behind it.
I'm okay with those reasons.
Put that up and get this out of the way.
Trash can,
No.
CDs. I still have to re-clean the garage again since I keep bringing stuff home.
There. So, I'm going to go ahead and pull this little guy out. Unfortunately, it's the blue one, which I really like the white one, but I wanted one that hadn't been molested by human fingers. And unfortunately, the only white one they had was a display model.
And yours?
Yeah. So, we won't really go into why. I just don't like people touching my things. Unless I allow them to. If I wanted something that was used, I would have gone to UK like I did. So, there is
no really good on that.
the little Mini 8 Desert Buggy. Which, I don't know, I guess the blue one doesn't look too bad now that I see it in person.
Kind of the yellow brings the old school hot rod out of it. Got the little guys in there.
Yep, got the little guys up inside here.
You gotta show how it opens up.
Yes. I know the large size, the fifth scale size, opens this way. I don't know about, like, I think there's a 10th scale version of this too that I believe opens the same way.
I'm not for sure.
But I'm not 100% on that. But you take out 2 whole pins.
That is awesome.
And everything just opens right up. It's pretty cool. I like it. And it's got the little dynamite motor in here. And
this is brushless.
yes. Little brushless little guy. It's pretty. For anybody that hasn't seen it. So it's. I believe it's going to be fun. And it would appear that there's a way to program all this stuff in here too. So I might actually have to read instructions even though I don't want to.
Okay. Yeah, I normally don't check my phone on camera and stuff like that. You know, I'll briefly check at the vibration. But the reason why I'm going to steal a little bit of your thunder here because we know I have an issue going on lately. I'm not happy with my Stampede because
yes.
it has a, I'm sorry, we'll get back to the awesome buggy there in a minute, but it has a self-righting feature that they put on the new rigs and mine doesn't do it, and I have video of it, and it kind of ticked me off. And I initially, when I went to buy the Stampede, I actually wanted an e-Revo, but they didn't have one in stock. So last night I decided to take it upon myself to contact Traxxas, and I said, hey, you know, September, this is my birthday month. I buy a new rig on every birthday. Last year was the Slash. And, you know, why isn't it doing this? Because the tip over function for me was a selling point. I mean, I don't have any other rigs that do it. You don't have any rigs that do it, you know.
Just my foot.
I didn't have a Stampede. I don't have one in my thing, but I got emailed back by Traxxas right now.
Which is surprising, being where they're located.
Yeah, they're located in Texas. The Hurricane, I don't know how far up or down they are. I haven't done a whole lot of homework on it. But they actually emailed me back, and I will actually read the email back. I'm sure it's probably, but this sounds like an issue we can actually help you with. We need more information to make an accurate diagnosis. Please call us at your earliest convenience and speak with RC technician. And then they rattle on, these are the numbers, blah, blah, blah. We're here. Wow, they are actually open until 9 p.m. Central Time on weekdays.
Wow.
Maybe we will do a live call. We'll record this. But let's get onto the buggy, considering that it's only 6:15 on our time. So back to you, buddy. Sorry, I had to share that.
Hey, no, that's cool. So, you know, I love Traxxas. They got tons of parts. The only thing I can't stand are some of their electronics. Sometimes you get great electronics and they last forever. Other times they're junk right out of the box. But I mean, it's with anything really. But I've had a heck of a time with their radios, which is why you'll see me with maybe one of these. I'm not super keen on these radios, but it might be the rig it was in too. I don't mind them. Just
the delay with that one.
Yeah, they got a delay in them sometimes, and I don't like it, especially when you're racing. Sometimes you want it like right now.
Yeah, if you ran my DX4, I think you'd.
I might.
It had $100. It's not a breaker, you know.
So, but I know the low end Traxxas radios. I've got I think 3 of them at home right now, and
None of them work.
No, yeah, not a single one works.
I got 2 or 3 floating around here. I got, I think 2. Well, there's 6 around my garage. I know there's one still in my truck from.
I think I've got 3 of them. I think one of them's yours actually.
So, and 3 out of my 6 work. Though the one with the new truck, I'll keep running it until it breaks or until it starts messing up, and then
that one's
it'll switch over.
That one's the higher end. That's the
it is the blue.
It's
like that one right there.
Yeah, it's this one right here. These seem to last longer. The ones that have the
blue eye.
Yeah, that's
the Traxxas Link Ready. Which
I don't own any of these. I own all the lower ones. So
I'm sorry, but I think like for as much as I love Traxxas, the Link Ready. Okay, I downloaded the Link app on my phone, and unless you go out and you buy the magnet for this part or for this and that, and then you buy this mount and you buy that, that app is absolutely useless. The Link, which I think the part that goes in the back of the radio, is like $25–30. Absolutely useless unless you have all the stuff on your vehicle, and you cannot buy a vehicle that already has that stuff on it. Unless somebody took the time to install it.
I was thinking the Slash Ultimate. Is it the Ultimate?
No. None of them come with all the telemetry or anything. At least nothing that I've seen or read says that any of that's on there. They come link ready. Like I can link that Stampede to this right now. It won't tell me how fast it's going or anything like that. So GPS is the way to go.
Yeah. Anyway, but. What was I talking about?
We were talking about Spectrum radios.
Oh. They seem to be working fine. I've switched all my rigs over to Tactic.
Yeah, I can't really complain.
You know, for $40,
I have a blown.
You can't even see your rig anymore, and they're still going.
I have a blown one.
So for $40, you know, the Tactic is a cheap, very well. I wouldn't really say cheap, a very inexpensive alternative, and so far we've had no issues.
Antenna on that,
and no antenna,
which is awesome because on the Spectrum you do have the antenna.
Yeah,
but
it's got a little bitty guy, but
Tactic, there's nothing on that box.
I don't even think this one has to come out. Yeah, I don't even think this has to stick out anywhere. Maybe it does, but there's nowhere for it to come out, so it just has to sit there. But the Tactic, it's great.
I don't complain with mine.
And
that actually runs off of that rig, so.
Yeah. You know, the Traxxas ones, I can't get 50 feet away from me. I couldn't even take mine to a racetrack because I couldn't make it to the other side of the track, and it would just quit working or go crazy. I was like, no, I'm done with it.
Do you hear the ding, ding, ding?
I do.
Oh, it shut off. It shut off.
Maybe you stopped. But otherwise, I don't even know what I did with it. Oh. Well, like for the Slayer there, you know, a lot of people might laugh at this, but it's Fly Sky.
It's an ugly.
But I had it.
But it does a lot.
It does.
Like that. I actually think that does more than my DX4.
Well, this one will do 10 different receivers, which is cool. You know, it's an awesome. I've actually got 2 of these because one came with my 5th scale.
You didn't even notice where that was at, did you?
What? Oh,
how you know it's there?
Yeah, I figured you were stripping it down. That's why I didn't.
No, she's under there.
But no, one of them. Actually, that one came with my first 5th scale, which I don't think we did anything with on the channel.
No, it didn't get any. It didn't get any time.
But it didn't really get any run time either.
You fought that truck a lot.
I did, and I didn't. I fought it.
His first rig was the Red Cat Chimera. Okay, now if we would have got we got a good deal on it. You can't hate on it. It was a good deal.
It was fun to mess with,
but when you run it for 5 minutes, like in the hobby, and all you get is 5 minutes, and then something breaks, or you got to tune it again, and this and that. That rig shouldn't have been as hard as it was to try and keep it running.
But it was a used rig, and clearly it was not taken very good care of because it was pretty beat up.
And the motor's actually sitting right over there on the bench. Next to the
child. See it's sitting there. And once we finally got it running, it ran good.
Yeah.
It was a strong engine.
It beat the crap out of my 5, that was for sure.
So it took forever. I had to buy a new carburetor, buy this, buy that.
And by the time it was said and done, he should have just went ahead and bought the big truck. I ended up buying.
I did. Yeah. For what I paid for that truck though, which was a good deal. until I started realizing everything that was broken because of the previous owner that didn't necessarily take care of it.
I would drag that thing out just to show it, but it was a pain to get it underneath that workbench.
I'd leave it there. So I ended up spending almost as much money, actually maybe even more than I could have just bought a brand new one of them for.
New one, $600, and I know you had more than 200 in after you
Yeah.
paid $400 for that. The day I bought my 5.
Yeah.
The day I went and picked it up.
But it was fun for a little while, and finally I was like, yeah, enough is enough, and
Yeah.
I bought the big Robin. And sold that in the process, the same day actually.
To me.
To him. Here, give me some money for this so I can go buy this, and that's exactly
I don't think there was a single dollar exchange between us, was there?
No.
I think it was all trade. Hey, I think you might want this. Hey, I think you might want that. And you were game for everything I put up. I treat people well. If you ever deal with me, you know, on face to face, or even on, you know, like Facebook or anything like that, eBay, I will try and give you the best deal I possibly can, including cutting myself off. I've done it numerous times. I mean, the other day you got hooked up with an Outcast, and I just fixed it, and yeah, the bumper was a little messed up, but it needed like a $12 piece, you know. Yeah. But then I threw in a 4S battery. Well, I didn't throw it in, but we made a deal on a 4S battery, a better charger. I hooked up with, I mean, he walked out of here with like $600 worth of stuff for like $300. Mm-hmm. And I was happy with what I got because I was just supposed to take that money and buy another Outcast.
The orange one with all the upgraded stuff.
I ended up with the Stampede.
Bought a Stampede instead. But
yeah, but if you do, I have no problem hooking somebody up if I have the means to do it.
Yeah. So, but like, there was a little cash exchange in that one.
Yeah.
And a little PayPal.
Hey, friends and family, the way to go.
Yep. It was quick. Phone's dinged, and there's your money.
So what are we gonna do with this thing? What is your plan? You gonna bash the whole hell out of this? You gonna try to race this one?
I don't really know yet, but I thought it was just so cool.
Okay, this is 30 mile an hour out of the box. I'm going to assume that's off that nickel metal hydrate battery. Speaking of which, where is it?
Oh, it's actually still in here.
I think you better get it out, charge it.
I probably should.
You know, unless you want to swap the ends over real quick.
Nah, I don't have solders.
I don't have a soldering iron.
No, we won't be swapping the bowl. Wait till we get home and do that. I gotta do that other one anyway. We'll do them both at the same time. So,
Charger's right there.
nickel metal.